let's do this real quick. OP came right back into the range. I thought, did a little afterwards, so made some nice plays above the 800. How far to go up? 2.5%. So, when I put this call out, it was right around in here when I started working on it. Yeah, that would have been tradable. But here we go, 800 EMA on the 5, dancing around it. So yeah, see on the 30, it's bouncing off of it. This wick down, put the fear of God in you. It's by design. And yeah, I wasn't looking for a retest of that. Look, now we get a nice little trend line going to hopefully respect. We'll take that wick out of there because we know what that is. That's just the business. So, I'd be looking at something like this. There it was, daily open, and we're out of Dodge. Now, I'm still looking for this to complete this move up for a stop, get into this 40, 41, 42 range. It should be able to push right through. Should be able to push right through, get up into 46, 47 land again. We shall see, right? But this would be the next area of interest I'm looking at. So I believe this will get taken out pretty easily, the 142 area where we are now. This is where I'm interested. But that'd be my target on this. So this is tough to play. It comes down into the red. I talked about this. If it was going to come in here, you wanted to get out fast. You want to start crossing above the RSI. You want to cross up over that EMA and cross the 50 line. Now, what's likely to happen, there we go, that's good. So what you want to see here is on a pullback. If it pulls back, you want it to hold above this 50 read now. You do not want it dipping below. You don't, even doing this, well, if it does this, there you go, this is what you want. If it dips below the 50 read, it's got to get right back out. Quick bounce, this is the 5 minute, so a couple ticks and it's out of Dodge. Or else you're in for something like we have over here, right? Comes down, goes up, and gets stuck down here for a little bit, gives you a little bit more of a downturn. So that could take us back into, this buy zone again, right? But I don't want that. I'm not looking for that play. Actually, on this little retrace here, what you would want, it's getting checked at the 800 right now on the 5, but what you would want is come into the 50 and then bounce and start trekking and, closing candles above this 800 on the 5 and start bouncing off it, respecting it. Right now it has not broke. It bounced, but didn't move away from the zone, right? Stayed here securely in the M3, all right? What I'm looking for is to get it up into the M4 and hold, all right? Just like it did here. We went from middle of the M2. This was my suggestion the other day. Middle of the M2, I'm looking for a middle of the M3. There we go. It held at the M3, dipped down back into the middle of M2 again, and between M2 and 3. This one was between M1 and 2. Now I want to see up into the M4. Get up here, start sitting above these regions, and then start poking into here. Ultimately, my goal is to see it up in M5 and start attacking the top of the range, 150. So just a quick update on OP. It's still in play, but really got to pay attention to this interaction right here around the 500. Make sure it holds this cross up, doesn't give it all back. So it's happening right now. So Stokes are going to come down, reset, but you may get another situation where they come in, reset, like they did here. Did a halfway, then went down. But that kept it up above the 50. That's the action that kept this, it was relatively flat, but it kept it above the 50. And then finally, when it curled, rolled over big for its bigger reset, then we came down. Yeah, what you're going to want to do is either look for Stokes to stay elevated, which I don't think they are because we didn't get into the bullish control. It's probably going to roll over, come down. What you're hoping for is either a fast reset, and it comes right back up and allows price to not go dip too far down because we don't want it back in. We don't want it back here. We don't even want to challenge this green bar again. If you did, you could expect it to come in and reclaim the rest of, say this vector candle. That's why my suggestion here is the 50. Use the 50. Use this EMA cloud. If it can't get out of it fast, then you may be looking at it coming in for another reset, oscillations, and just moving sideways for a while, and come test this trend line again and boogie on out. But you can see what it does. It's just wicks down on this trend line, so that's a signature I'd be looking for. But yeah, this was a buy again, this exact area where I thought the price would come into. I thought it was going to happen last night. Came in this morning. There's a great stopping candle right here. Give you some confidence that this area is where they want to leave from. So my hope is that we hold this range right around here. Again, take half this candle, not the whole thing. If it does, it's going to be, I want it to be a spike down. Let me draw it. So if it did do this and came too far down, so say it starts doing this type of stuff, chipping away. If it comes in here, I'm going to want it to snap. I don't want it to stay down here. I'm going to want it to snap up and then get going. And then that be the beginning of its move to get out and up into the M4 range. I mean, we'll see what happens. It's the weekend, thin liquidity, so keep your head on the swivel.